So, interesting news from the Bank of England yesterday, July the 30th. Big British banks must publish living wills in 2021. Britain's major banks, such as Barclays and HSBC, will have to tell investors in 2021 if they can be closed down without creating havoc in financial markets, the Bank of England said on Tuesday. A decade after Britain had to rescue the Royal Bank of Scotland and Lloyds during the 2007-9 financial crisis, large British banks will have to present living wills which will show they can be resolved in an orderly way so that customer deposits and some core services are unaffected. Increased transparency about the resolution regime is in the public's interest, and also incentivizes firms to make further progress on the resolvability, BOE Deputy Governor John Cunliffe said in a statement. The BOE has set a 2022 target for major banks to be resolvable, including requirements for them to hold special debt that can replenish capital buffers. Under the new framework, the BOE will published on Tuesday, banks with retail deposits of more than £50 billion, $61 billion, must publicly disclose summaries on their own resolvability assessments or living wills by June 2021. The bank intends to publish the assessments every 2 years to show that the banks are no longer too big to fail, keeping taxpayers off the hook in the next crisis. Although not a formal pass or fail, markets could pile pressure on banks required to take further action to meet resolvability targets. Banks must also nominate a senior manager responsible for compliance with the new framework or face a ban or fine. So that's interesting news there. Of course, the downside of that is that all the banks are connected to each other. So if one is not resolvable, that burden will fall on the other banks, and therefore resolving whether one bank is resolvable is not going to help matters, because when one goes, it's like a fall of dominoes, and they will all topple each in a row unless the government steps in and bails them out. So anyway, I thought I would bring that to your attention.